So you guys know I've been covering this war from the very beginning, and especially I've done a lot of focusing on Yemen, right? And the blockade. Now, it's very funny because I was tweeting about a ship that a British ship that the Yemenis targeted on February 19th. And these fucking pathetic losers that no one has ever heard of, who call themselves fact checkers, you know, they started getting very upset about this because I said that the Yemenis had helped the crew reach safety. How do I know this? I'm going to show you right now, but I just want to show you their emails first of all. This is really funny. This is really funny. I get these two emails from these two nobodies that no one's ever heard of, Charlotte Green and Alex Dumbass. And they start saying that, oh, I'm from the UK's independent fact-checking organization. Whenever you hear fact-checking, it means bullshitter. Because as a journalist, you should be checking facts anyway. I know this is a foreign concept for people in mainstream media. That I don't know why they need to have separate, you know, institutions and establishments and organizations to do the fact-checking. Because, you know, that should be part of the primary objective. But nevertheless, and they got very upset that I pointed out that Yemen actually helped the crew that of the ship that they had sunk, right? And she got very upset about the fact that I said that the ship was sunk as opposed to sinking. Oh well, you know, I'm sorry, but if half the ship is underwater, what the fuck do you call that then? It's simmering in the pan. Obviously, it's been fucking sunk, and the irony is just today it finally sunk. So you know they're just trying to like split hairs because they're assholes. And then it's like, oh, could I have a reply by 5 p.m.? No, fuck you. And then there's another one here, this clown who says, I'm a reporter with the Dispatch. Really, are you? What the hell's the Dispatch? And then this is so funny because he starts off with this article. I just found it by accident about me, where he starts off by saying, Medhurst something with Al-Akhbari. And I'm like, Al-Akhbari? The Syrian channel? I haven't been on there in 3 years. Why don't you say that I was on the Times Radio, for example, or LBC? You know, it's like, it's just anything that is, oh, Syria, Iran, Russia. Okay, let's put those three first. That's how we're going to define this person. Who the fuck are you? I swear to God, these people make me laugh. They're so funny. They're so funny, man. And they think that what I'm saying is false. If they bothered to actually look up what happened, they would know that the crew was helped by Yemen. How do we know this? Here's the evidence. So I posted this statement from the Yemeni armed forces from Al-Bukhaiti. And, he says here that during the operation, when they targeted this ship called the Ruby Mar, we made sure that the ship's crew exited safely. I heard this originally in Arabic from the daily speeches that they give, the press briefings. Now, if this were the UK ministry, the MOD or the Pentagon, I'm not going to trust them because they lie about everything. The Yemenis have never lied about anything in this blockade. Not a single thing. They have never given incorrect information. They have never lied about anything. So I have every reason to believe them. Also, the fact that the crew, the 24-man crew, were taken to Djibouti by a passing vessel, what does that mean? How does that disprove that the Yemenis helped? When we're talking about a rescue operation, 1 million groups and organizations and NGOs and rescuers take part in the operation. It's not just two people, one country, and a passing vessel. That doesn't preclude the fact that the Yemenis helped. The Yemenis do not just randomly throw this in there. The Yemenis have been firing at ships almost every day for 4 months, and on purpose have never killed a single person, because that would well, it wouldn't lend them any credibility. It would certainly detract, it would certainly distract from the message, which is to save lives in Gaza. So the Yemenis, we know for a fact, do not want to kill anyone. They have not killed a single person to date with this blockade. Not one person. So this is the first time that one of the ships they struck starts to sink. If they don't want to kill anyone, of course their primary reaction is going to be, oh shit, we have to save the crew. And so they did. And the fact that somebody else picked them up doesn't mean that they didn't save them. I don't know why these two things contradict each other. They absolutely do not. They could have easily killed the crew. If this were the Americans or the British, they would have fucking sunk the whole ship, killed everybody on board, and said, oops, collateral damage. It's like the Yemenis do something good, and all these fucking morons want to do is shit all over them and say, no, it's not true. You're not fucking true. So afterwards here, They also, yeah, I showed these videos of Galaxy Leader. Why did I show this? Because that's the first ship the Yemenis captured. And what did they do when they captured the ship? Did they put bags on the heads of the crew? Did they take them down and throw them in a dungeon with no light and no food? Because that's what the Americans would have done. No, what the Yemenis did is this. They took the crew aside. Hold on, I'll translate for you.
نرحب بكم عندنا يسيبكم من يمن واهلا وسهلا وانتم ضيوفنا اليمن انتني ونعتبركم زي اي واحد من اليمن.
Yeah, so he said that you're guests here and we consider every single one of you to be Yemenis, like us, and we'll get you anything you want. So do you see the difference in treatment? So this is from the same blockade by the same Yemeni forces, and we have evidence on video of how they treat a crew of a ship. They don't have any quarrels with the crews. They don't want to kill the crews. On the contrary, when they actually engage with another crew, they say, you're Yemeni. We get you anything you want. So this is further evidence. This further substantiates the fact that the Yemenis have every interest not to kill the crew of the Ruby Mar, but on the contrary, to rescue them. Right? But of course, you know, you can't say this because these morons just want to say bad things about Yemen. They're such pathetic robots. I swear, they're so pathetic. Just go do another job. Do another job. You're not reporters. You're just garbage propagandists. Garbage, truly garbage. So, you know, as I said here, the whole point of Yemen's blockade in the first place is to save lives. That's the point of the blockade. It's to punish the Israelis with Article 1 of the Genocide Convention, not Geneva. Article 1 of the Genocide Convention, which says prevent and punish perpetrators of genocide. That's what Yemen are doing. They're just following international law and upholding their obligations. And the whole point is to save lives. So once again, this further substantiates the fact that they would never put the crew of another ship at risk or let them drown. On the contrary, when they say we helped ensure their rescue, that means they did. And here's another very important point. If Yemen were lying, why have Djibouti, the port authority in Djibouti, why haven't they come out and said this is not true? What about the crew? Why haven't the crew come out and said Yemen is lying? They haven't. So this, once again, this also shows the Yemenis are telling the truth. If they weren't telling the truth, the port authority in Djibouti and the crew would say so. So, you know, this is just a funny episode I wanted to tell you about. It's so, really, just, this is like, you know, when I see this crap, it's like swatting a bunch of flies. I mean, it's just, they're so bad at it. They're so bad at it. I swear to God, you know. They can't understand, they can't grasp that Yemen do things properly. Like when they prosecute a blockade or a sanctions regime, they don't put you know, the objective first above everything else. They put lives first. Even if it, you know, it would run counter to the aims of the blockade, they still put the lives first. You know, they can easily sink the entire ship, like really sink every single ship. They don't do that. And if you think for 1 second that Yemen don't have the firepower, you're mistaken, because Yemen, on the contrary, have anti-ship ballistic missiles, which almost no one has. This is a new technology. It's a new form of warfare. It's very much like you see on a lesser scale when you see Hezbollah, for example, using ATGMs, you know, as like snipers almost for any in any capacity. Although again, this is a bit of a different example. But you know, my point is just that Yemen have the firepower. They could easily kill every single crew that violates the blockade. The Americans would certainly do that if it were up to them. You know, they would just shoot you down. You can't even fucking fart and cough, you know, without being shot in America. So, you know, what is so strange about them helping the crew? I don't understand this. It's only strange if you have an agenda to come out and just talk crap about Yemen. Then it's strange. If you're a Zionist, if you're an imperialist, then of course it's strange to you because, you know, everything the Yemenis do is wrong. Anyway, just thought I'd share that with you. It's a bit of fun.